And good evening, everyone. Hello, welcome to Sisterhood of the Magical Blade. I am Simon, the GM for tonight's game. Sisterhood is an anime-inspired game using the OVA system, the Open Versatile Anime System. So it's fairly easy to pick up. Um, we've been playing, I think, twice before, three times before.
This is episode 3.
This is episode 3. So if especially I as the GM, if I'm still looking around for rules and whatnot, apologies in advance. But before we go into the spiel about the sponsors and everything, let's just go around the table. We saw a bit of your introductions during the intro, but could you tell us a bit more about your characters? We'll begin with Rin in the top left corner of the overlay, and we'll go around clockwise, so then we'll move on to Deirdre and Kika.
Hey, I'm Ren. I'm playing Hayashida Tomomi. Sorry, I had to really think about that. I wasn't ready. Yeah. Anyway, she uses her blood as a weapon to make a sword, and it's very sharp and pointy. And yeah, I'll pass it off because sorry.
Okay, that means it's my turn, right? I get to play Malia Hiko, who is half Japanese, half Hawaiian, and she has a magical sword that may or may not be possessed. It's complicated. And she gets to hit people with it very, very quickly.
And I'm Kika. I play Yukimura Kyoko, and she is a magical girl idol who has a fox who is supposed to be an animal companion, but he's her manager, and he's awful.
And also an animal companion.
Yup. Sometimes, when he's not trying to trick people into joining pyramid schemes.
Well, I mean, he's now spent an extensive afternoon drunk with Malia's uncle, so there's that.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
He's securing contacts for the group. But before we delve back into the game, I would just like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game, starting with Mage Hand Press, makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. Check them out at store.magehandpress.com or using the panels down below or the link in chat. Our second sponsor tonight is Found Familiar, great coffee company. You might have heard about them. I believe they made the front page of a certain website today. I think it was on the Nerdist website. So you might have heard a bit more about them, but if you're in the market for good coffee, check out Found Familiar. You can even use code WanderingDM to get 10% off your purchases. Next up, our other sponsors is, of course, Roll20, the virtual tabletop that we're using at the moment to play our game. Roll20 is a free-to-use virtual tabletop that allows you to play multiple type of games in it. You can check them out at roll20.net or using the link down below. Lastly, our partners through the Diceomancy program is, of course, Level Up Dice. You can check them out using the purple torch down below or the link in chat as part of the Diceomancy program. Every click that we get on this link helps us get closer to unlocking new things to give the community. Our next giveaway will be, when we reach level 2, will be a set of unique branded dice. Branded with my logo and everything. So that's going to be a thing. So check them out, and you don't have to purchase anything, but like I said, every click helps. That said, what happened last time on Sisterhood?
We opened a can of soda.
And let out a big bad.
Inside a volcano. After we made sure that he signed his name and full name to the agreement that he will not harm anyone on this plane of existence.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the name of the villain, which you would have on your contract, is Mirai.
Yeah, Mirai, and then there was a whole bunch of titles about Tyrant,
Yeah. I make the
Scourge.
titles up as I go, so they're probably going to change from episode to episode. This dude has a lot of titles.
Also, before that, Kyoko befriended the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
The little pebble, I believe, that represented the spirit of the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you cleverly avoided all the traps that were laid out for you in the mountain. I don't recall how you bypassed the statue room.
I jumped across the room and
Oh, yeah.
slammed through the door on the other side.
That's right, you broke down all the doors.
Yeah, there was much door breaking, and the statues, after she did that, just kind of looked and went, "No, we're fine. You want to go now?" There was also surfing and shield sliding down a spiral staircase.
Yep.
And I surfed across lava. I was the coolest character.
And one more thing is that Tatsu was trying to get the party to bond together to form a new guild, a new group to continue the work that Tatsu and his group had begun, let's say, a few years ago, like the generation prior. And I believe you asked something very specific of Tatsu, which was to get to someone who could teach you magic. Am I right, or did I write that wrong?
Yeah, to teach me to use my magic sense to be able to find portals and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the open gate.
And then by the end of the session, both myself and my character forgot about that.
Well, it would have taken the whole session regardless to get that, because he went to Malaya's uncle, and he started...
Is a hunkle a hunk uncle? Is he a hot uncle?
I mean,
Look, sometimes I exhale at the worst moment. So,
Tatsu have a boyfriend now?
our last episode ended with the three girls deciding to exasperate the big bad. This session begins with the three players exasperating the DM. So, nothing changes. Let's go back to where we were. You're still in the lava room where that soda can used to be. Maybe the cheerful team is not necessarily the best. Let's go with this.
Weren't we trying to get him to go into a slightly bigger container so that he
No,
would
no,
have
no.
slightly more
We-
room so that he had
no,
To be
actually,
able
a
to use
smaller
power.
container because it was a smaller container because you had a keychain charm
Oh, yeah.
of Tatsu for the merch. And we were like, we'll take you out of here, but you have to go into the keychain charm of Tatsu in the merch for the for merch.
I'm just trying to collect companions. It's anime. I gotta catch them all.
So, says Mirai, what need do you have of me again?
Oh, teach me magic so that I can find portals and stuff.
You would want me, the master of the Black Tower, the Lord of Harpies, the great destroyer of Mount.
Wait, you honestly call yourself a lord of an STD?
Harpies.
Oh,
Not
okay, 'cause
herpes.
That's not what I heard. Definitely didn't hear that.
What did he hear?
I heard him call himself the Lord of Herpes.
That's gross.
That's why I had a question. I mean, I don't think it's very intimidating to call yourself that.
I do not believe you have the required discipline to learn magic.
What's that?
Because you keep interrupting me at every
I didn't interrupt you.
No, that was me, and I don't want to learn magic. She does.
And then you would just see, like, a freeze frame on his face and hear his voice off camera, just, like, pondering. He's like, I almost wish I could go back to this dreaded soda can.
I'd respond to that, but I don't think my character could hear that.
I mean, I have advanced senses. Right?
I cannot...
Yes, I have heightened senses.
Will not teach you magic, mortals.
Why?
Because the magic that I wield would destroy you.
I don't think so.
I also haven't seen you wield any magic yet, so there's that.
No, we don't need demonstrations. I'm sure he's perfectly capable of doing magic. It's just his teaching ability that's in question.
This is also true.
You wish to find a gate, is that it?
I want to be able to consistently find gates.
Consistently.
Yes.
I know maybe a method, but I am loath to share it with anyone.
What is that? You can whisper it in my ear and I won't tell anyone. I promise.
And the very tall, might I remember, Mirai is like 5-6 feet of legs and like a regular torso and head. So he almost like kneels down to get to Yukimura's level. And he whispers in your ear and says, I can show you how to activate the beacon. But it will sap away at your life the longer it runs.
Is this because I'm a human? Does it sap away human life, or is it dangerous to everyone? It seems like it might be like an Oni thing, and maybe that might not hurt people from other dimensions, but I just want clarification on how this whole works, this thing works.
It would kill a human in less than 12 hours. On the Oni, or Daemon, stupid name, it depends on their power level. It will take a toll, even on beings. And he gets back up and stops whispering, as great as I am. Kneels back down, but an Oni or a Daemon, any creature from beyond this world, could potentially wield the beacon for a longer time. There are ill effects. In my case, it's a really bad case of diarrhea.
I'm sorry, do you?
I'm whispering!
I have heightened senses. Did you just say you get the shits from doing this kind of level of magic?
Side effects are. Random.
Oh, okay.
It's different for everyone. They're unforeseeable.
Just clarifying. Very important questions.
I mean,
Another unrelated question.
What?
I was wondering, you know how when Oni and demons come through portals and stuff from their dimension, they lose some memories and stuff? I
Yeah.
was wondering if you knew any way to undo that.
And you see for like a split second, he really like there's a glimmer, sorry, of like hope in his eyes. A flash briefly. And he says, I wish I knew. Some Oni lords were able to retain much of their memories. I have retained images, odors, and sounds. But none of them make sense.
And how do you remember all your titles?
They're part of who I am.
So where's the beacon?
The beacon is a spell. And he takes a few steps farther away from you to go back in the middle of the lava room where that, like, little altar was like. And he faces all of you with his arms outstretched. And he begins to weave his hands and fingers together like playing cat's cradle. And you notice the more he weaves, the faster his hands go. And they eventually shape into a dodecahedron that just floats between his hands. It's yellow in color, and each face of that shape blinks brighter, following like a pattern. This is the beacon. And he claps his hands together and it disappears. It takes a while to master this spell. But should you wish to learn, I can teach you. Though you will, and then you hear a rumble. Like a grumble from his stomach. A loud brrrr. And Mirai just puts both hands on his stomach and he's like, uh-oh. See, that's what I meant. Give me, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
I mean...
Yeah.
Like back across
Yeah.
the lava.
We'll skip forward the cries of pain for a moment. But after about 15 minutes, Mirai beckons you all over. Says, I'm done now.
Can I interest you in a mint?
Please.
Hot towel.
He takes the towel and puts it on his stomach.
Okay, so if you're gonna have to teach me the spell, then I guess you should get in the keychain so can come with us.
Do I have to?
Yep.
At least the keychain has limbs and facial features and isn't an off-brand can of soda.
Fine, show me this keychain.
Wait, who had it?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe it
'Cause it
was
was your
on,
merch.
like, Yuki's cell phone.
Okay, I'll just hold it up.
And you hear this, like, anime noise. Everything turns black and white. His eyes grow wide, and he makes the traditional anime noise of looking at the mini Tatsu. And again, inner monologue begins. That little twerp. Years in prison because of this. Him and his group. And you would see like a flashback scene of the fight between the four of them. Tatsu and three others. Fighting Mirai in this very chamber. With Mirai just grabbing... I don't think you've had their names. But he grabs a woman by the throat. And you see, like, her hair is just wild behind her. And it attempts to, like, slap at him and stab at him as he just lifts her up and throws her across the room. Another person that looks like a looks like they were taken out of a western. They're wearing colorful chaps with like a shirt and a cowboy hat, a Stetson, and two revolvers, and he's just firing as he's running around the room to try to get in back of Mirai, and Mirai just moves a hand in back of him and paralyzes them. There's another person, this... who saw the white-haired person in the first episode? Or did he just appear behind you? Yeah, he just appeared behind you and with Tatsu. But that other person charging at Mirai with a sword, and Mirai just easily blocking everything. And during that time, Tatsu is just sitting like in back of everyone, legs crossed, front paws on his knees, and like Tatsu's eyes flash white. Tatsu begins to glow and lift up, and there's a brief moment with a flash of light, and a beam of light comes out of Tatsu, or perhaps Tatsu is the beam of light. And it rams into Mirai as he's being, as he's fighting this other person. And Mirai is thrown across the room, falls into the lava, and he begins to swim back up. And as he does so, all four of them, let's call them heroes, gather together, link hands, and they begin reciting something. And at the last moment, Tatsu grabs a soda can and just throws it at Mirai's head. And it's like a Pokeball. It hits, and Mirai is just sent inside the soda can, and it falls down, and it shakes once, twice, 3 times, and it stops.
Do the little stars appear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mirai was added to their Pokédex. Back into reality. Mirai looks at the Tatsu figurine, cell phone charming. He's like, I will not get inside that thing.
Why not?
He is the source of all my misfortune. Master Wizard. Bane of my existence. You want to find a gate. Why? You want to imprison more Oni? You want to destroy us all?
No, I haven't really done any imprisoning so far. The last one we encountered, we found a home for.
Alternate living arrangements.
Yeah, her being on the island wasn't really working out, so we had her go somewhere more her speed, I guess.
Then do the same for me instead. And I will teach you the beacon spell.
You already agreed to teach it to me. If you want me to do something for you, you're gonna have to up your offer. Right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing capitalism right?
You are definitely doing capitalism right. This is how negotiations work.
I have already agreed to teach you the spell, but not necessarily in exchange for getting into this charm.
Well, you're not leaving this room until you get into this charm.
Well,
Unless you have another...
We just need a way to get him, like, to my apartment without freaking everyone out.
I mean, do we have anything else that could work?
I can wear a hat and fake glasses.
You're 20 feet tall.
Aren't some humans 20 feet tall?
No.
No.
Oh.
Can you shrink yourself down real little and get in my pocket?
Then you'll have a pocket Oni.
A pony?
Just because you said that, the answer is nope.
I think we're gonna refuse anyway.
I can adopt my travel form. Though I am alone.
Pocket size for our convenience?
It is not pocket-sized. I do not do pockets.
That's a shame. Pockets are great.
Do you turn into something cute?
No. I can turn into your darkest, deepest secret and haunt your psyche as I leech from your very shadow. How about that?
No, don't.
Pretty sure that falls under the do no harm to anyone on this plane of existence clause in this contract right here.
Then find another charm. I'm not touching this fox.
Fine.
Can you turn into a surfboard?
The hell is a surfboard?
Like a magic flying surfboard.
Still, what is a surfboard?
A surfboard. Longboard. Kona wood. Okay, no, none of this is we need to introduce him to like some really good surfing competitions, because the fact that he lives in this environment and doesn't know what a surfboard is speaks to his lack of socialization and cultural literacy.
I do not socialize.
That's pendantly that's
I
stupendously
conquer
obvious.
and lay waste to realms. I have already
You definitely
destroyed
laid waste
30.
earlier today.
I hate all of you with a passion.
Even me?
You shouldn't
I'm
hate
doing
her.
my
She's
best
nice.
to be nice.
And you're showing me this? And he points to the Tatsu charm, like his
It's
finger
all I
inches away.
have. Like,
Hey, wait,
she
do I have one?
reaches into her pockets
Yeah.
and like sees if she can find anything else in her pockets.
Omome is
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
It's like going through, like, and then Malaya's like, oh shit, we did the magical girl thing, so I'm not wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, what's in our magic pockets?
None of you have the special ability to produce any item whatsoever, right?
No.
No.
Okay. That means that in that case, what's going to happen is we're gonna have to play it, like, realistically.
And I say that Tomomi has keys on her, well, her house keys on her, and her house keys has a charm.
Yeah. Like, I meant, that's what I meant by, like, being realistic. Like, you can't pull out just anything, but if, like, one of you had, like, something, you know, the cell phone, keys, I don't know.
I have this tax form. Can you enter this tax form?
He takes the tax form and looks at it.
It's 3 years old.
You don't want to be taxes. You never ever want to be taxes.
He says, this is the truth of the universe. These forms, they speak to me on a whole other level. And you would see, like, a close-up of his face with his eyes, like, watery and sparkly. This is what I was made for.
Bureaucracy?
This is why I came into this world.
Okay, fine. Like,
I
Yeah.
will be an accountant.
oh dear God.
Oh no.
Tomomi pulls out her keys,
Mm-hmm.
and she has,
A nondescript angry mushroom.
yes, just maybe a little bit smaller than this little guy. Get in.
I would rather get into the small angry mushroom than the fox. And he looks to Yukimura and asks, showing you the tax form, may I keep it as a keepsake?
Yeah, I guess. I was actually, I think I might need an accountant. I was thinking that, like, if you don't mind, you could maybe practice with whatever the heck it goes on with the money that I make from being an idol, because Tatsu's not very good at keeping money.
Inner monologue. Tatsu again. Maybe I could show him this time. Show him that I am better than this fox wizard once and for all. Yes, I will bring ruin to Tatsu through taxes and proper accountability. And he, like, folds the tax form and puts it, like, in a fold inside his clothes where it disappears. He's like, yes, I shall be your accountant from this day forth. And he, like, bows deeply.
Are you actually aware of... Do you actually know the laws around accounting, the practices that you need to do on this plane
I'll
of
be
existence?
fine.
Point me to resources. I am a fast learner. Now,
Okay, we can...
show me your mushroom.
And usually people buy me dinner first.
This goes... He, turns to the mushroom and walks up and, like, just lightly touches it with one of his, like, nails. And immediately there's a big flash of purple and... Mirai is inside the mushroom. The mushroom shakes and you hear, like, an echoey voice from inside, like...
Damn, this is more spacious than a can of soda.
Hey, that's done.
Great, let's go.
Yep. Let's get out of here.
We have more trouble to get into today.
No, we've been here for hours. I was supposed to have a date tonight.
Well, then we better get you to that date.
Yeah, okay, fine.
As you exit the mountain, I'm not gonna make you go through like everything. The statues wave at you as you pass by. They're only there to prevent people from coming in, not getting out. You make your way outside of the mountain, and it is a dramatically appropriate time for Malaya to be 5 minutes late to her date.
There's a costume change in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, I assume by the time you're out of the mountain, like, all three of you are not in your magical girl outfits anymore. Unless you wanted to.
No.
I don't have one.
Sheath the sword, go back to being Malaya, and going, oh crap, I gotta go get changed.
So, where do you go from here? What do y'all do?
I think I should probably get this Oni guy back to base. And also pick up Tatsu.
I'll give Yukimura the mushroom. Off my. I'll take it off my keys. Yeah. Just, make sure he doesn't get loose.
I will keep both my eyes on him.
Sounds good. What time is it?
What time was your date, Deirdre?
Probably like a dinner date, but it's one of those like we had all day, and we had to walk and hike up here. So yeah, probably like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's 8:05.
Shit.
I don't know what time I was working at last episode.
You work when it's narratively appropriate for you to be working.
Okay.
So if it creates drama, then yes, you were probably late for work.
And yes, I'm late for work. So I take off in a full-on sprint, typical anime style. Like, oh fuck, I'm late.
Do you run with your arms behind your back?
No, I do the
Okay.
arms above the head and flailing.
I pick up my phone and speed dial 1. Just text Kyoji and be like, "Sorry, running late. See you in 5."
He just sends a heart emoji back.
Yes, there are a couple emoji responses.
So Malaya is going to her date, Tomomi to her work, and Yuki back home. We'll start with Malaya's date. The camera would pan down on the... Is it a restaurant date?
Probably, but not like a fancy restaurant, like local place.
Mm-hmm.
Weekend, date night.
So the camera basically would show the streets. Where's my streets thing? No, those are the back alleys. You're not eating at a restaurant in back alleys. Yeah, we'll go with this. Roop. Ooh. Oof. tokens are still there. Let me just delete that. We don't need that. Why doesn't it... There we go, there we go, there we go. Yeah, it pans over the restaurant. The lights are on. It's a ramen place. And inside at the counter by himself is Kyoji Akana. And would you mind, for other viewers, Deirdre, describe what Kyoji looks like?
Ooh, describing what Kyoji look like. Classic anime, old, 20s, short, dark hair, suit, white suit with a white waistcoat, the collar undone, that classic, that level of dark short hair. He looks like he should be wearing glasses so he can do the thing, but doesn't actually. He's very cute. Athletic looking Bishi.
And he's by himself at the counter, just on his phone, scrolling, waiting for you to go in. There are a few other patrons, like a handful of them scattered across the restaurant. Another couple on date night, a businessman eating and reading the paper, and like a bunch of younger people that decided to, like teenagers, that decided to have a night out. When you come in, Kyoji turns around and looks at you, and what's Malaya wearing tonight? Probably not her surfing outfit, I figure.
No, probably not surfing. Probably just like a not a sundress. Maybe like a romper shorts with hibiscus flowers off the shoulder in like black and white and red, because she has an aesthetic she keeps to it.
Kyoji looks at you, and again, the famous yeah, you're very beautiful tonight.
Sorry I'm late.
I would have waited for you all night if I had to. And you hear the...
that long.
Huh?
I wouldn't have kept you waiting that long.
You hear the, like, person behind the counter, like, make an offhand remark about, like, they're closing anyway in 2 hours. Please sit. And he motions a seat next to you.
She'd sit down and kind of, like, turn herself towards him.
So, haven't seen you in a few days.
It's been busy.
Yeah, me too. On my side, my family wants me to begin piano lessons.
Why?
I need to have more skills. Nothing is ever enough.
I mean, you're already running a multi-million-dollar company. You play multiple sports. You speak multiple languages. Why do you need more?
Because I need to have at least one skill. And he looks like a bit up as he says that, trying to recall like the exact words of his parents, but one skill for each school of skills in life. And I have nothing in music.
Okay. Do you want to play the piano?
Fuck no. I already have a business to run. I have places to be and people to see.
Yeah.
And...
So don't.
But I can't disappoint my parents.
I mean, they're not going to be disappointed if you merely point out the fact that you are too busy doing everything else that they need you to do. Like, run the company.
I know. But it's been the pride of my family to have well-rounded character sheets.
I mean, maybe a guitar? You can, like, bring that with you? And, like, a piano's not really portable unless you have a keyboard, and that might take up extra space.
Well, they
And, like, you
never
can just
really
say that you're taking...
No, go ahead.
No, it's like if you could take the keyboard or the guitar with you to your office and then just leave it there.
That could work. I could pretend that... And I could use that time to see you more often.
I would not turn that down.
Should we... Annie looks back at the menu. Should we... eat something? Or do you want to... just go for a walk?
I need to eat something and then we can go for a walk.
Oh, yes.
There was business and I didn't actually get to eat lunch.
Oh, what kind of business?
You know, we may have a new... I've been doing some work with, you know, the... And she kind of like does that glance around at how close the staff is and kind of leans over and... I've been working with Yukimura. You know, the idol.
The idol?
Honestly.
What have you been doing with her?
My family business.
Oh. Oh, I see. So she's into that too?
No, less that and more working things out. There have been lots of working things out. But look, I need to eat something.
Oh, it's all on me. Pick, and he hands you a menu and he's like, pick whatever you want.
Vegan spicy ramen. Just throwing that there.
And like you order.
Ramen now.
And we'll skip over the part where like you eat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then head out for your walk across town. He brings you to the park under the moonlight. I know the image is the park in the day, but whatever. And you talk, you laugh, you have a good time.
You haven't moved us.
Of course I haven't moved you. Because that's what I do. I switch things around.
Oh, see, there you go.
Then you walk around under the moonlight. There's a few like people passing by you. They say there's a crane person, just walking their dog, and you stop at the koi fish pond and feed the fish and have a laugh. And then he brings you on like this small bridge that overlooks a river. And he takes both of your hands and look you in the eyes. And he's like, Malaya, there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Yes?
I've been keeping a secret from you. And I wish to come clean.
Yes?
I've been talking to your family behind your back.
Which members of my family behind my back? Because, like, there are certain people. I've been
in touch with your father.
Okay?
And he lets go of your hands. And he takes a step back. And looks at his feet. And says, Malaya, I don't know how to say this, but... And he gets down on one knee. I know it's only been 3 years.
Yes.
But I had... And he grabs like a small jewel box from his pocket and holds it up.
Like, yes, but if we let you keep talking, you drop something. And we're standing over a bridge, over water, and I'm not dropping whatever in the box. So yes, without the dropping into the water.
I haven't asked you anything yet. And he pops open the box, and there's a ring in it. A nice golden ring with a cut diamond on it. And he's like, Malaya Hiko, would you make me the happiest man on earth?
Yes.
Would you return my mom's ring to the store for me?
You're
I'm
an
kidding.
asshole, and I hate you right now.
That's just Simon kidding. So would you marry me?
Yes. There was already a yes. There's also panic giddy, like, heart emojis.
Mm-hmm. He gets up from his one knee and, like, takes the ring out of the box and just chugs the box in the river. And he approaches your hand. And as he... Someone's throwing shit at me. Oh, fuck, my ring light. Careful, I can't be on your camera because I'm not wearing pants.
And you need to say that so that
Everybody can hear you.
Hashtag on brand. You're just wearing shorts, Simon. It's fine for TOS.
Oh yeah, for TOS purposes, I'm wearing shorts.
Yes, you are.
I'm wearing booty shorts. Like, come on. He takes the ring and approaches your, like, ring finger with it. And right before the ring touches your finger, your boyfriend is snatched in the air by a humongous reptilian winged creature. And as he screams, "Ah!" the ring falls. Ding! Ding! On the bridge.
Nope. The ring is not going in the water. And then
we're
Snatch the
gonna
ring.
go to break. We'll be right back, everyone. Stick around. Hello, we are back. I hope everyone took the time to hydrate, stretch, grab some snacks. We will pause with Malaya for a moment. And just go check what the other two were up to. And then we'll be back to dragon snatching boyfriend. Boyfriend snatching dragon. So let's go to Yuki.
Yeah, I was picking up Tatsu and going home and dealing with this Tatsu Oni situation.
You pick Tatsu up at the bar where he was with Uncle
Takahashi.
Takahashi Hiko, yeah, Uncle Hiko.
Uncle Takahashi.
Oh, Takahashi's his first name. Okay.
Yeah. Because everyone, Malaya, they have anglicized their name.
Okay. So, yeah, Uncle Takahashi just swaggers off into the night. Tatsu hops in your car, right? It's a car that you have?
I guess.
Or do you just, like, pick him up on foot?
Can I have one of those, like, little Japanese pickup trucks?
Sure. The little Japanese pickup trucks?
Yeah, they're cute. I like them.
Daihatsu! They're little tiny Daihatsu. Do you want the battery operated ones? Sorry.
I
I
am
know-
just frantically looking for a picture of a small pickup truck, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I see what it's like. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So you pick him up in your truck, and he sits down and looks at you with his eyes like a bit out of focus, and he's like, Takahashi is a good man. He never shut up.
Did you talk about anything fun?
Talked about trying to find a magic place, but then I think I'm now a professional poker player. He talked
Oh.
and talked and talked about playing cards. I didn't even get time to try to... Well, he did mention a few things. There's a... Yes, a shrine. There's a shrine on the island. The monk there can... is a magic user. They can help.
Oh, okay, let's go right now.
Are you sure? I
Yeah,
have.
sure, why not?
Okay, just take a left here, I guess.
She takes a left, and then she also slowly unrolls the window.
He's not
Just
like
okay.
sick or anything, but he's like almost passed out.
Ah, okay.
You would drive outside of the main city. This is gonna take about an hour or so. As you drive to one of the suburbs, I guess? Wow, this is not the song I had intended, but okay. You drive to a small town outside of the main city. On the island itself, the city is facing west, and this island is south, like on the southern tip of the island. It looks a bit like what you can see here, like multiple duplexes that were built, townhouses. Everything is modern, but with a nice, like, cottage, like a homely type of vibe to the place. Everyone has like a small garden with flowers and everything, and there is at the end of that village. So if you just cross the main road that crosses through town, to your right is a temple. It looks just like any community buildings. It's not like an ancient Shinto temple or anything. It's just there's a sign in front. It calls it the Temple of the Red Thread.
Ooh. This seems promising. Let's go, Tatsu.
Can I sleep? Can I sleep on the car seat?
Are you sure?
I can follow you. Just please, the two of you keep moving in the same direction.
Okay, you can wait in the car. I have someone else to look after me, after all.
What? Who that?
She just runs off with the angry mushroom plush.
He curls up in a ball and lies down. Because we are at night, the temple, of course, is closed. As you yank on the door to try to get it to open, you can feel that it's locked. The door itself is like a glass pane with a metal handle, so you can see through. The inside, the main room inside, would almost look like a repurposed dojo. Flooring with very little decorations on the walls. There are a few scrolls that are hung with prayers on it, and a little altar with a bundle of incense that is currently burning. There's...
I will.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I will try knocking. A lot.
You start banging on the door, and a light comes on. Distant from what you can see, seems like maybe like what could be like a back room or something. And a woman comes out in a nightgown and bathrobe. She has like bags under her eyes, and is dragging her feet to the door slowly. She approaches the door and like unlocks it and opens it a bit, and says, We're closed.
Hi, I'm Magic, and I was sent here to learn more magic.
The girl blinks at you. You can almost hear the like blink noise, like tweet tweet. Hi, Magic.
No, I'm... That's not a name.
Oh. What? We're close. Can you come back in the
My
morning?
guardian Tatsu sent me. He's in the car.
And she looks at you for a moment, and then looks at the car. And she says, You said Tatsu.
Yeah, he's a fox. In a literal sense, not a figurative sense.
I know quite well. I'm Nanako. I'm the resident monk here.
It's lovely to meet you, Nanako.
Come in. Any friends of... I'm contractually obligated to say that any friends of Tatsu is a friend of mine.
Well, that's lovely. Am I allowed to bring my accountant?
She looks left and right outside and is like, there's no one.
She slowly holds up the plushies.
Blank, blank. It really is too late for this. I need a coffee. And she swings the door open and like shuffles her way to the back. And she comes back with like 2 cups of coffees. One for you and one for her.
Thank you.
So, magic. What
Yes.
do you want from me?
I would like it if I could sense portals to other dimensions, other realms. But if that's not possible, then anything. Because I am supposed to learn to be a proper magical girl, and Tatsu's not very good at teaching me.
Tatsu is he has a history. But it's not my place to tell you about it. He'll come around. Now, sit wherever you like. There's plenty of room in the room.
She like looks left, looks right, and then just sits down.
She sits a few feet away from you and puts the mug on the floor. The Temple of the Red Thread was founded many years ago when the first daemon came out. It was what would become our order that the daemons taught magic to. We've been the keepers of this knowledge and the teachers of it ever since. On the island, I believe I am the only one who has the proper requirement to teach it to others, and while it is very late, I cannot refuse anything from a friend of Tatsu.
That must be a very inconvenient rule.
Let's just say that he did something for me once, and this is repayment.
That doesn't seem ominous at all. Let's not question it.
So, you want to learn magic?
Yes.
What do you know of magic?
I can sense it, and I can talk to spirits.
You're a medium. Can you
No,
channel?
I'm a small.
Blink, blink.
I'm a small.
Yes, but I meant... Have you ever touched the threads of fate?
I don't know. What's it like when you touch them?
Woolly?
I'm sorry, what?
Woolly. It feels like wool.
Oh. Oh. Well, then I wouldn't know.
Do you know that everything in this world and the others are connected?
Yes.
These connections are what we call the threads.
And they're made of wool.
Red wool, yes. If you pull on one, you can call something to you. If you bend one, you can alter the course of something. If you tie a knot in one, you can make it into whatever you like. The more complex what you want to do, the harder the knot is, or the more you're gonna have to pull on the thread. To show you, and she moves like 3 of her fingers quickly, like she was toying with a hair elastic or something, and a cushion appears behind you and her. She's like, now we're gonna be comfier. This was done by magic. I've called these cushions here.
So are wands like magic knitting needles?
You don't necessarily need to use a wand.
But that's basically what they are. They're just knitting needles for magic.
Yeah. So is a loom.
Are looms magic?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm learning so much today.
So, we can start with the basics. I don't know of any spells to find portals. Unless you mean doors. I know a spell to find doors, but...
No, me and doors don't get along.
Oh, okay. I get that. You're talking about the portals to the other world.
Yes, exactly. I know of how to learn a spell for that, but it's not good for the person that uses it.
I doubt it would. Anything that has to do with gates, as far as my knowledge of them is concerned, is very dangerous. These things should not have existed in the first place.
Why not?
They're dangerous. They're, conduits to another world. Except, how can I...
Yeah, but the sun's dangerous if you get too close to it.
Kind of like that. Except... it's not dangerous to get close, it's dangerous to cross. Maybe like a tightrope.
Is that why I think people that cross lose their memories?
And many have failed to cross, yes. It's like a tightrope, but you don't get to choose if you walk it or not. It's... let's do it this way. Picture you were tied up by a string around your waist. And that string goes into another room. And the door to that room keeps opening and closing. You don't know when it'll open, you don't know when it'll close. Sometimes it stays open for a while, sometimes it stays closed for a while, sometimes it just opens and closes frantically. Now picture someone was pulling on the string on the other side. If the door hits you in the face, you're gone. If you go through, well, all the things you remember about the room you were in before are replaced by whatever you felt when you crossed the threshold of that door. You don't get to choose. At least that's what we understand it as in the Order.
And does this order know how to get memories back?
We're working on it. it's very hard because we would need to find someone whose memories are intact. To begin with. And only...
Intact as in they crossed over and their memories were stayed?
Yes. Only the most powerful Oni lords, from what we know. And we don't know why they keep them, whereas the daemons don't. Some very powerful daemons have come through and they've lost everything.
So if the Oni Lord loses their memories, that means they're not that powerful?
I heard that.
I'm just asking for clarification.
Are you talking to your plushie?
Yes, it's my accountant. I thought I told you that before I came in.
I just am perplexed.
My manager is a talking fox.
And your accountant is a plushie.
Yeah,
And you're magical.
Yeah, I'm a magical girl.
I've been taught in the order not to question the reality of things.
Do you need me to do the whole transformation?
Sure.
Transformation sequence.
You do the whole transformation things, and she's just looking
Yes.
at you with her mug in her hands. And just going like, oh. That... Wow. Where do you keep all these clothes? Like, what did you do with your other clothes?
They go into where the magical girl outfit was.
Where is that? A magical wardrobe?
Maybe.
Well, I don't have time to work on that, but I would love to know where these things go and from. Anyway,
Me too.
so I can definitely teach you some basics of magic, but finding a gate is not something that the threads are able to do.
Then why did I want to come here?
I think you wanted to find a way to find some answers. I can help in other ways, but I'm sorry, I don't know how to find a gate.
Okay. Well, I will just have to do some dangerous magic then.
How dangerous?
I don't know. About a 7 on the danger scale, I think.
I really hope
Is
your
that
scale
right,
goes up
accountant?
to
About
20.
a 7? What do you think?
7 for me. It would be
Oh,
a
no.
12 out of 10 for you.
My accountant says it'll be a 12 out of 10.
Oh, that's... Well... If you need to, this entire place is warded against intrusions. From... Well, from anyone with any thoughts of aggressivity or violence.
So we can use this as our base of operations.
I would
Great
rather
plan.
not. This is... No.
Thanks!
I'll
be back tomorrow. Thank you for everything. You've been such a big help. And she, like, takes both her hands and, like, shakes them real hard.
Anything for a friend of Tatsu. Tell them we're through. Well, we're even now.
I'll bring donuts tomorrow. Bye! And she goes off to the car.
And she turns off the lights in the temple and just leaves. Tatsu is snoring in the truck.
You know what this means? She says to her accountant.
What?
What?
She holds the plush up to her face, like real close, and says, Eurobeats! And then she just slams on the radio, and it's just Eurobeats blasting.
Tatsu wakes up in a fright. Like,
and then and then Yukimura just tears ass out of there.
and as you drive away to the loud Eurobeats music pumping out of your truck, you do not hear or see this blackened winged form flying through the night sky. We'll move on to Tomomi. Tomomi, you had to go to work.
Yep.
You frantically made your way to the coffee, to the cafe. There we go. Trying as best you can to minimize the amount of time by which you would be late tonight. As you enter the coffee shop, the owner looks at you disapprovingly, pointing at the clock. You're 10 minutes late. He says, "You're late again."
Yeah. Sorry, boss.
This is the
I had to help the old woman cross the street.
He tries to look outside through the windows. There are no old women. Are you lying to your employer?
Yes.
You know, it's bad to lie. It's also bad to be late. Put your uniform on. You're closing tonight.
Yeah.
So you get to work. There are a few patrons that come by tonight. It's not like rush hour or anything. It's not necessarily quiet, but it keeps you busy. The news are playing on TV. People are chatting, and of all the customers that you get, you maybe have like a handful of daemons that show up. One of them, a turtle person, Kappa, who just comes in, orders some tea, and sits down and watches TV while drinking. You have a family of sentient raccoons that also show up. They just grab everything you have in your food, like snack counter, and leave with that. Everything goes like mellow, and then as you're about to close, the door opens again. The store's probably closing in like 15 minutes, and a man comes in, wearing a like charcoal t-shirt and baggy black pants. He's got long white hair, maybe like to his mid-back. And he plops down on a seat near the counter and says, can you give me 42 shots of espresso?
42?
Yeah, I think tonight's a 42 shot night.
Okay. Coming right up.
Extra whipped cream.
You want colored sprinkles on it?
Sure. If it's free.
Yeah.
And you bring him, and of course that means that you're going to have to stay over, cleaning the machine and everything afterwards. He just sits at the counter and mulls over his coffee. From time to time, putting in like a cube of sugar and like stirring until it dissolves, and barely ever touching it. And without really looking up from his cup the whole time, he asks you a few questions. What's your name?
Why?
Well, you're not wearing your name tag.
I must have dropped it. Why do you need my name?
Just want to have a conversation.
Tomomi.
That's a name.
What's yours?
You promise not to laugh?
Yep.
Zex.
She's not laughing. I am. So, what do you want to talk about?
He looks at the TV. There was an Oni situation on the news the other day.
Looks that way.
Apparently it was handled by a bunch of people.
That's what I heard.
One of them was a purple-haired, red-eyed girl. Kind of reminds me of you.
I don't have red eyes.
Sorry, your portrait had red eyes.
Yeah, I know, but she has her contacts in.
Oh. Hypothetically, if you had been there, what would you have done?
What any normal human being would have done? Run?
I think we both know you're not a normal human being, Tomomi.
And what makes you say that?
Because I can feel it. You're a natural born killer.
So technically we're alone in this place, right?
Yeah, there's nobody else. Actually, can you make a awareness check?
Remind me how to do that again?
Do you have a... it would just be 2d6 unless you have, like, a skill, like awareness or alertness or anything that you could bullshit me into using.
Sorry. Not really. Okay. So, is this working? 2d6, right? Did I do that right?
You take the highest.
Okay, so 4.
There's nobody else.
Okay, so Tomomi goes to the door, turns the sign to closed, locks the door, and as she whips around, she'll whip out her sword and it'll be at his throat.
The man goes. And he turns around to meet, like, the blade under his chin. Have I insulted you?
Nope. But you know too much, and I don't like that.
That's what happens when you're not careful. Cameras have seen you. People have seen you. And he rummages in his pocket. And brings out, like, in a Ziploc bag. You see a few broken phones. And what seems to be a shattered hard drive. You have to be careful. If you attract too much attention, this place will not remain a haven for you for long.
Attracting attention wasn't my idea.
Still, you and the others fought a... What's the name again? Yukiono?
Yeah, Yukiyama.
Sorry, I kept referring to her as Yuki in my notes. And I thought I was mentioning Yukimura, so that got... You fought a Yukiono in the middle of the streets in broad daylight.
And your point is?
I'm sure there are people you care about in this world. If you anger Onis, and they know where you are and who you are, they will not hesitate to go after the ones you love.
Well, the shit out of luck. There ain't anybody I love.
That's sad. I'm sure you have friends.
Have you noticed how much overtime I do in this place?
For someone of your talents, you sure are wasting away a lot of your time in this coffee house. What do they pay you anyway? $7 an hour?
Or like 10?
Do you get to keep your tip?
Yeah.
I could understand the appeal. But please be careful. You never know who might be watching. And he gets up. Would you mind pointing the sword elsewhere?
I'll pull it back.
I'd be loath to have to wreck this place. We'll see each other again, Tomomi. I think I might start taking my breakfast here.
Sure, as long as you pay.
He looks back at the cup of like half-finished espresso. He downs it. And he looks back at you and says, Can you spot for me for this time? I don't have any money.
Go.
I will remember this favor.
And just before, like, is he gonna leave?
Oh, actually, he says that and just fades away.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say something, but anyway.
Well, you have time to say something, like it's not instantaneous.
I tell him, you're not the only one who's watching. I go back to work.
That's just about the time where you would hear loud flapping of wings. But we'll get back to Malaya for a moment. You rushed to grab the ring before it fell into the water. In the air, your boyfriend screams, "Ah, get me down, get me down, get me down."
She grabs the ring, and as she kind of like does one of these, grabs the ring, shoves it on her finger, and then pulls the sword that she always has because she can't leave it anywhere. And does the full spin into the magical girl transformation, which makes her infinitely faster than she already is, and she starts tracking, flying, screaming. And she's like, "Kyoji, this is why I said not on a bridge. Also, dragon, but not on a bridge. And put my fiance down because I was..." And she's like kind of yelling this as she runs down the hall. Like that kind of stuff. As she just kind of
Runs after the dragon.
Runs after the dragon.
The dragon actually makes its way to the city, to the center of the city. As fate would have it, as you're like jumping from building to building, trying to keep up with the dragon, at some point you find yourself not being able to reach another building, so you jump off the hood of a passing car to reach the other side of the street, and of course, like the car like hangs down under the sheer weight of gravity and you using it as a springboard. And inside the car, listening to Eurobeats, is Yukimura. Yuki, you notice at least her foot. But Malaya lands on the hood of your truck and uses it to spring across the street. She's in full...
She's also not being quiet.
Yeah, she's screaming to let her fiancé go. And she's wearing her full magical girl regalia.
Oh, no. I immediately tried to just, like, spin and, like, turn to follow her. Drift into the next intersection and go.
Tatsu is holding on to dear life on the dashboard. Screaming as you slide, like drift, and take the next intersection, trying to keep up with Malaya. Hayashida, Tomomi, you would see, passing by the coffee, Yukimura's truck with a screaming Tatsu inside. They're going at breakneck speed.
And still blasting Eurobeats.
And still, yeah.
She literally, like, face palms. And, like, quietly finishes her work. Locks up the door. Sighs. And starts walking in the direction that they went.
The dragon lands on the roof of one of the city's skyscrapers. The three of you end up at the foot of this building.
Do you think I can jump it?
I mean, I'm going to go have a conversation with a dragon that walked off with my fiance. Fiance? Boyfriend. It's complicated and frustrating. But I'm sure you could jump it, or I'm just going to run up it.
We can do both.
And Tomomi gets in and goes up the elevator.
Alright, so Tomomi is going to take the elevator for 50 floors. I'm
gonna jump.
Alright, the jump difficulty is let me just grab that page with the difficulties, because it's going to be very difficult. You're gonna need a 10 to succeed. What the ever-loving...
I got a 20, 25.
How do you make it seem easy?
It's like one of those things where she just, like, kicks off with, like, one foot, like, doesn't even bend her knees, just kicks off with her foot, and then, like, she slows to a stop, like, right at the ledge of the building and lands.
Malaya.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
I have to double check the rules with this. I have to use the -1 here for the love interest, don't I? Or not? Because technically he is a weakness.
He is a weakness. Let me just check.
Want to know before I do this correctly.
No, actually, it's not a minus. It's just the fact that you're forced to save him right now, that he's in danger, is what the love interests draw back the weaknesses.
Okay. That makes sense. Cool. And that means that. And that means she's just full on running up the side of this building and occasionally using her, evasion and parkour to. Oh, look. Hi, Zex. Bye, Zex. So yeah. So that's. Did it roll? Oh, yeah, okay. So that's 8. Yeah, that's an 8.
So you start running up the wall, and eventually, like, you're about 10 floors up, and you start to lose momentum.
Can I just run, can I just grab the window washing guy's rig?
And swing yourself up?
Yeah.
I'd say, yes, I won't make you roll for it, but you will arrive a turn later.
That's fine. I mean...
So, Yuki's gonna have the first turn, and then it's gonna be Malaya and Yuki together, and then Tomomi's gonna arrive. And at some point, Tatsu, because he's taking the stairs.
You didn't get in the elevator?
Not in time.
Oh.
So this dragon creature, it is a dragon, or red in color. The skin cracked with, like, you can see within the cracks, like, hot magma. And it almost looks like it's made of cooled off lava. 2 giant wings that drip molten lava. Its eyes are just bright orange, and its mouth seems to just have, like, no end to it.
European or Western?
Wow.
Or Eastern, excuse me. European.
It's a European dragon. Clutched in its front paw, claw, whatever, is Malaya's boyfriend. I was going to call him Akechi. Kyoji. He's screaming, "Let me down, let me down!" Yuki, what do you do?
I am going to... Well, what she's going to do is she's going to, like, sort of let herself fall forward a bit with her feet still on the ledge of the building, and the second she, like, has a good angle, she's just going to launch herself off towards the dragon and, like, in a corkscrew motion and try to just spin and get her sword into this dragon's neck.
Oh, okay. Are you in your magical girl persona?
Yeah, she transformed at the shrine and never
Oh, never untransformed. Okay. So make your attack roll, and I will need to make a defense roll.
That is an 8.
Oh, great. What's its... Okay, yeah. It's got tough and armored. I just need to remember what these two do. Where's my... Okay. And, armored. Oh, okay. Alright. So, I get to roll 3 dice for, dragon defense. Right, 1, 2, 3. Yep. So you got an 8 total.
Yeah.
It's got a 12. And right now it's not like it didn't try to counter you, because I remember you can either defend against something or try to counter. Counter means that you act right away, but it becomes a contested roll instead of just a flat roll. But as you spin like corkscrew and run into the dragon, or jump into the dragon, it doesn't even register you running into it. It roars mightily, and you hear someone in one of the apartment buildings elsewhere like, "Go to fucking sleep!" But nothing. As you finish your spinning and fall back down to your feet, you realize that you've barely scratched the scales of this beast.
And seeing the futility of her attack, she tries to swear, but then just goes, heck!
The dragon looks down at you. And, with its tail, will just, like, whip the tail around to smack you off the building. Basically, this attack doesn't do any damage in itself, but the fall might. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you try to defend or counterattack?
I will defend because I get an extra die on that.
Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. So it's 4 dice in this case. Dragons aren't very good at tail slapping, apparently.
Six tie.
Yes, it is a tie. So you jump over the tail at the last second, and it goes under you. I have a question in chat I just want to answer real quick. The dragon could be an Oni or a daemon. The thing is, we know that daemons can sometimes be confused, be scared, and act out when they come out of the gates, whereas Onis seem to keep this desire to control, to destroy everything, even after they've gone out. But unless you can speak to the dragon, and who knows if it can understand anything, because it might just be like a wild animal. So who knows? So that was the dragon's attack. Malaya swings back up. So we'll have Malaya and Yuki for this turn, as Tomomi is waiting in the elevator as, like, you see the little numbers go up slowly.
But we all need to know, how bad is the elevator music?
Oh, it's like the Jeopardy music.
So Malaya comes swinging up, did one of those, like kicked out and used the emergency rise on the window washer thing to kind of like jettison herself up. And so then she comes up and she's looking for Kyoji. Does she see him?
Yeah, he's being held like a doll in the claws of the dragon. He's trying to get out of it, but like the grip of the dragon is too much for him.
Okay. She's just gonna run and attack the claw and like try and force it to release Kyoji.
Okay.
Drop my boyfriend.
We can
Drop
do,
my boyfriend.
we can do this two ways. Either you use this attack to deal damage.
Yeah.
Or you use this attack, it will not deal damage, but if it had dealt damage, it would, the dragon would release your boyfriend.
Well, I have the stun effect on the weapon anyways, so if I choose to forego the damage, then the creature is stunned.
It's, but you need to have deal at least a quarter.
Or if you choose, you may forego dealing damage at all and stun automatically.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you stun it, it'll let him go.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna try and do. But like,
Okay.
but she's talking to it like you would with a dog. It's like, drop it, drop it, drop it. It's like, give me the. Yeah, I can't throw the thing if you don't.
The number to beat will be a 2.
With a 6.
So yeah, you strike the dragon on the claw, stunning it. The dragon lets go of your boyfriend and clutches its claw with the other one.
Kyoji, run! And she's kind of holding the sword prepared.
Kyoji is going to run to the edge of the roof and cower in a ball. Not because he, like, there's just nowhere else to go at the moment. Sorry, the dragon is stunned, so that means a stun complication. They lose their next action. Okay.
I have an attack before then.
Yes.
Yuki, after jumping over the tail, sort of like rolls underneath the dragon and goes to try to stab upward into it. Get past its hide. Ooh. That is a 16.
Ugh. That's an 8. So that's 8 times 6 for the damage.
Yep.
Except
48.
Yeah. No, because of its armor, you reduce that by 2 dx. So it would be 8 times 4.
8 times 4 is 20. No, that would be
32.
32.
Yeah.
You stab at the dragon in its belly. It roars out in pain. And a gush of lava pours forth from the wound. Can you make a, like, if you have acrobatic, agile, fast, anything like that to get out of there?
I have
Who
evasion.
needs to do that?
Just Yuki. It's whoever attacked it in melee.
Stand him.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 plus my evasion.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna use my lucky die on this.
Good. And the number to beat is a 6.
Why did it?
Yeah, you
I
got
got
it.
a 6. Yeah.
You
It
don't
just
take
rolled
any
2 extra
damage.
die.
You don't take any damage, but it does bore a hole in the roof, through the roof of the building, exposing the floor beneath it. And even some of it keeps dripping down and burning, starting to burn the floor of that story. Of course, it means that the, like, dividers, cubicles, and whatever, they start catching on fire slowly. Dragon doesn't have a turn because stun. So you hear a ding, and a door behind the dragon opens because apparently the elevator goes up to the roof, whatever. And the door opens, and Tomomi stands behind the dragon.
Okay, I take in the scene. Oh, what the heck? I'll whip out my sword and I'll attack the dragon.
Okay.
So I got a 6. Right.
9 total.
Oh, 9. Thanks.
9 total. I got a 4. So that's 5. 5 times 3. That's, well, that would be 5 times 1 in this case. So 5. But it is acidic. Acidic? Acid? Anyway, it's acid damage.
Acidic.
Which means it'll deal 1 more point of damage for 2 rounds. For the next 2 rounds. Without armor or anything. And, can you make an evasion, fast, or whatever roll to get out of there? You dodge out of the way as the rush of lava annihilates. Can you mute yourself? Okay. Annihilates the elevator. And just ruins it completely. Below you, as you look into the hole, not the one where the elevator was, but the one where Yukimura was a second ago, you see a very sweaty and exhausted Tatsu. Arrive on the scene. Tatsu will have a turn next turn. Malaya and Yuki.
Malaya is still acting like this giant dragon is a dog, for lack of a better term. It's like, nope, bad dragon. Don't go stealing people's boyfriends. It's really rude, particularly when they're in the middle of a proposing. It's rude. And she's going to try and stun the dragon again.
All right. You're gonna have to beat a 5.
With a 12.
Yep, it's done.
And so yeah. She's not doing damage, but she's...
No, you're just preventing me from playing. That's all right. Yuki, your turn.
How far are we from the beach?
From the beach?
Yes.
Within appropriate comical or dramatic distance.
I want to try to tackle him into the beach and or ocean.
It's gonna be a 12. We're talking
Okay.
like Team Rocket level of kicking someone into the sky.
Okay, would this be a martial arts roll?
Yes. Because it's
Could
probably
I-
like grappling or...
Okay. So I could swing it as my sword by hitting it with like the butt of my sword.
Oh yeah, if you want to baseball bat him.
Oh, nice. I'll do that. Ugh, 10.
You aim. Don't forget to everyone to take away from your endurance when you use your attacks and everything. You take a swing with your sword. Whack the dragon. But unfortunately, it's not hard. Like, it does move. It does shift on the roof. Like, it slides. Its tail is now leaning off the rooftop of the building. It smashed a few windows. And it opens up its wings to try to slow its momentum. And now faces all three of you. and opens up its mouth wide and doesn't do shit because it's stunned. So it's your turns again.
Okay, remind me how endurance works. Like, you
It's
take
like
it- I mean, like,
mana. It's like magic points.
see, but how does it come back?
No, when you sleep, it comes all the way back.
Okay. Okay. So seeing what Yuki tried to do, and because she's still treating this like a dog. It's like, Pele wants to talk to you, vomiting freaking volcano dragon. So we'll just, put you in the sea. And she's going to punt the dragon into the water, or attempt to,
That's a DC 12.
with a side kick. We shall see how this works. That's a 12.
That is a 12. So as it's leaning against the side, you go in and you whack it. It's like you guys are playing mini golf with my monster. The dragon
She just side kicks it into its
flies
side.
into the water, like a few blocks away. As it falls in the water, it immediately dissolves into a puddle of cooled rocks. There's a ton of smoke. And Tatsu... Don't worry, Yuki. I got your back.
And then Yuki's transformation just ends on its own, and she's back in her normal form.
That was magic at work.
I could barely do anything to it.
Oh god. I'm not young anymore. This is a... And as Tatsu is about to say anything, you hear Kyoji go like, "This fox can talk?"
Kyoji, that's not like a surprise or anything. Are you okay? And then she's like, she's sheathing the sword, and she's back in her cute date outfit and running over to see how he's doing.
His shirt is mostly burnt in places where the claws were. He's a bit disheveled. His eyes are red, and he's trembling, but he's like, I'm gonna be okay.
Okay.
I don't want to fall. I didn't want to fall.
Yeah, don't fall. Don't. Falling bad. Okay, so can I introduce you to people? And the answer is still yes, by the way. Answer is still yes. Right.
What answer?
Oh, look. Okay. So Yukimura, this is my fiance, Kyoji Akana. See, he got the... See, and she's showing off the ring.
Hello, fiance, a person I met yesterday.
I know who you're the idol.
Yes. No, you're seeing things. I am not anyone you recognize.
I liked your second album.
What was wrong with the first one?
I feel like you were experimenting too much.
But that's how you learn.
But the second one is where you really came into your own, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you. Do you want a t-shirt?
My shirt is ruined. If you have one with you.
Tatsu, shirt him.
Tatsu gets out a t-shirt cannon and fires it at Kyoji. Kyoji gets the shirt straight in, like, square in the chest and stumbles back a few
And
steps.
then it just like somehow like splats onto his body.
Malaya holds him before he falls off the building. Tatsu's like, whoops. What? That'll be $25.
Tatsu, you shot a cannon at my fiance in close range.
It was a shirt.
Cannon. It's cannon.
But he needed a shirt.
And Malaya just kind of turns and looks at Yokimura's like, did he really?
Capitalism never rests.
Fine.
And Kyoji's like, it's okay, I'll just... And he opens his wallet. And, like, it's full to the brim of, like, $100 bills.
It's like...
And
She's not going to have
Tatsu's
change.
eyes just turn to hearts. As he hands him, like, $100 bill. And he's like, keep the change. Tatsu's like, you're my new best friend. After Yuki. And Kyoji turns
then-
to... Yeah.
Does this mean we'll be
This
able to
is
eat
my
tonight?
friend Tomomi.
Hi.
And she kind of hears that. She introduces him to Tomomi, and
My... Tomomi, you don't have... You're still wearing your coffee shop outfit, right?
No, my regular clothes.
Okay.
Because I changed.
In the elevator.
Yeah, sure. Also, I look at her boyfriend. I'm like, if you tell anybody of any of this, I'm gonna have to kill you. Sorry.
You have very protective friends.
it is rather enjoyable. But no, he's not going to tell anyone anything. He doesn't tell anybody about what I do for a living.
I don't even know what she does for a living.
Okay, cool.
I know that might not be the time to panic, but the floor under us is on fire.
Yeah.
I can't... I saw you jump. It looks to
That's
Yuki
what
and Malaya. Like, I can't fall down that high. I'm gonna kill myself.
So okay, so we can go down like the window washer elevator over here.
All right.
I could throw him to another building.
Yeah, let's not.
Enough
Let's
flying
not. I
for me
appreciate the
forever.
thought, though. I
No
appreciate
more
the-
flying.
outside of a plane, right?
Oh, planes are gonna have to wait. I think
That's gonna be a
my
conversation.
yacht is gonna see a lot more use now.
Okay, the like yacht's nice. I like the yacht.
Okay, so we need to get off this building, right? Because it's on fire.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, window washer elevator. It's over here. It's a very nice one, actually.
Yuki just grabs Tatsu and then runs to the edge of the building and leaps over to the next one and yells, "Parkour!"
Okay.
If only I could still fly.
Why can't you fly anymore?
Long story.
I get into the rigging with everybody else.
And you go down the rigging. And at least Malaya and Tomomi end up at the street level. I don't know, Yuki, if you go to join them or anything.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Tatsu says, as you're like jumping back to reach them, he says, Yuki, we're gonna have to talk.
About what?
That thing tonight. That's a spell.
Are you finally going to explain what sex is to me?
What? That. No! Why would. No!
I just want to know what the people on the forums are talking about.
No.
You can ignore them. Forums are a cesspool of. Yeah, they're a cesspool.
I think that's kind of rude to say about my fans.
If I could, I would turn a few of your fans to stone.
But then they can't give us money.
I'd rather they give you respect than give us money.
Okay.
But no, I meant the magic. And you would land at about that time with the rest of the group. And Tatsu like shuts up when everybody else is in the vicinity.
All right. We come down.
Yep.
We're on the street.
Everyone's there. Kyoji says, Malaya, that's not how I thought the evening would go, but...
Yeah.
I'm glad you said yes.
You good? Yes. Okay.
I think I need a shower now.
Okay. Need me to help you get home?
And he looks at the other two and says, if you want to stay with your friends, I don't know, clean up dragon mess, or someone needs to call the firefighters.
Okay. It's okay?
I'll get home in one piece.
Okay. Are you sure? You did just get kidnapped by a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll, What are the odds that I get kidnapped again?
Nope. Don't say it. Tatsu,
What?
do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna... Never mind, I don't trust you with that. And she's like, can I borrow your phone? I seem to have dropped mine.
Who are you asking that to?
Whoever is around. It's like,
Well, Kyoji
can I borrow somebody's phone?
hands you his phone.
Okay, and he's like, she flips through it quickly and like calls a cab for Kyoji. It's like, I'll call the driver.
I mean, I can
They
give
can
him a
take him
ride.
home.
I can give him a ride.
Oh, okay. If we... Are you sure? I didn't want to presume.
My car's right here.
With Malaya's footprint on the hood.
It's gonna be a pain repairing that hood.
No, it's
though.
okay. I got that. I got it. I'll fix it. I'll get that fixed.
You all hop into the small pickup truck and leave to go bring Kyoji home. We'll gloss over that part. Like, his home is a very luxurious condo elsewhere in the city, not very far away from where you were. You drop him off. He kisses Malaya goodnight.
Yep.
Leaves. Four of you with Tatsu end up in the truck. Tatsu is like,
Okay, that could have been worse, right? That could have been worse. And she kind of like turns to the other two.
It could have been better. I mean, I could have actually been useful instead of getting lava all over the place. And
I mean, you did cut it really well.
Did what you could. And, well, just so you know that someone's after you, I think.
Me specifically, or all of us?
Maybe all of us. Magma Dragon is a very difficult spell from the fire sphere. It requires a tremendous amount of energy. It's a construct, if you will, a non-sentient thing controlled like a puppet.
Okay.
Good
So
thing
would
I
that
found us
give?
Sorry.
Hmm.
I was just saying it's a good thing then that I found a good place to be a base of operations for us, especially if someone is going to be coming after us with magic.
Oh, where that?
Oh, that shrine.
Oh. Oh. Yay.
Yay. They have coffee.
They sure do.
Also, we're gonna have to be careful of cameras
What's that?
because there's people watching.
Like all the time.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to be a little more careful about that. Maybe, you know, masks, something, or just overall being discreet.
I mean, I will admit that it wasn't my usual standard fare. There was a lot of screaming along with the running. I'm usually much better about that. But he was carrying off my fiance in the middle of the proposal, and it was a dragon.
If I had a paper fan, I'd whack you over the head right now.
What did I do?
We'll just have to be more discreet.
Okay, yes, I know how to be discreet. I also don't know how to not be seen.
And we gotta be careful of the property destruction.
And she kind of looks at the building. Oh, that'll be fine. I think Kyoji owns that one.
Still.
I'm not good at any of these things.
We'll work on it.
Oh.
I'll do a couple things on my side. Maybe it'll help with the cameras.
Could we frame it as a publicity stunt?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're ever seen, I could try to spin something about it. But
That would be
normally,
very helpful.
what I remember, well, we never needed to hide who. How come you know of that?
I described the dude who was at the coffee shop with the silver hair and that.
Yeah, he's overly protective sometimes.
So you know him.
Is he a boyfriend?
Ah, I muted myself. No!
I mean, we wouldn't judge you if he was.
It's just him and I go way back. We've had a difference of opinion, but we had to stick together.
So it's complicated.
They're totally together.
We're not together.
Anymore?
We've never been together.
It
Yeah.
kind of seems like there's some tension there that needs to be addressed.
We had to dissolve the guild.
Okay.
After an accident.
Okay. What kind of accident?
Difference of opinion about how the whole Oni crisis was to be corrected.
Okay, so was it an accident or a difference of opinion? Because these are two different things.
And what was your opinion?
Hmm.
Does it matter?
Yes.
Back when... That was what, 20 some odd years ago? Gates opened everywhere. There was like a all-you-can-open gate buffet. We traveled the world, trying to close as many of them as possible. Only... he wanted to destroy them all. Which meant keeping everything on the other side. Damon and Oni. I don't know what is on the other side. I don't remember. But there's a part of me that feels like it's wrong to close all the doors. It feels like... I don't know. It's just a tugging in my gut. I can't really explain it. We were in Siberia. There was a gate there. In the middle of a blizzard. Whatever was at the center of it. None of us reached it but Zex. So I don't know what happened. We had to fight off this blizzard. We had to fight off the invisible creatures that dealt within it. Something happened to Mirasu. And that's all his fault. If we didn't go on... if we didn't go up against every gate that opens, we wouldn't have been in Siberia at that time, and Mirasu would still be there. He is reckless by himself, and then turns around and says he does everything just to protect us. He has an agenda. I know it. I don't know what it is, but I know he does. I don't like that one bit. He used to be my friend, now I don't know. So I decided I should have an agenda of my own. Build a new group. A group of... well... at first I thought it was just Yuki. Someone I could trust. Someone who was pure of heart. Someone who would not seek to destroy everything.
That's very nice of you to think that of your heart. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's your compliment for the day. Anyway, we still keep in touch from time to time, being able to sense each other. I know he's still on the island, and now you've just confirmed it, Tomomi. I don't know what he wants, but if he's here, it means there's a gate here. And if Zex has his way, he's going to destroy that gate, regardless of the consequences. I would rather we find another way to close it. I would rather we get to the gate before him. But clearly, we have other people tracking our movements. If tonight was any indication.
Okay.
So you know it wasn't him that sent the dragon?
He... doesn't do that kind of magic. Apparently, he can only use magic to destroy. That was a creation spell. That was someone tugging at the threads and knotting them into whatever was needed to summon this dragon.
Didn't you say that Oni destroy and demons create? And if Zex can't create?
Yep.
So he's an Oni?
Yep. Worse than an Oni. And as Tatsu, like, says that, we'll just, like, fade the camera out to just see, like, we would see Zax standing on one of the rooftops looking at the burning building in distance. He's an Oni lord. He remembers what it's like on the other side. But he never agreed to say anything. Not to me, not to Ten, and not to Mirasu.
I could try talking to him.
He's very dangerous, Yuki.
Well, I'm just gonna talk.
Unpredictable.
Just gonna talk.
Tatsu looks up through the window of the car in the direction of that building where moments before Zex stood. He says, yeah, just talk. And that's where
Yep,
we're going to end tonight's
Just
episode.
talk.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. With the discovery, maybe, of a few things that happened prior to the game. How are we doing, everyone? Cool.
Excuse me.
Well, let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, where we can find you. Plug everything that you need to plug. If you need to put links in chat, go right ahead. We'll do the reverse order from the intro, so we'll begin with Kika, and then Deirdre, and then Rin.
Hey everybody, I'm Kika. That is Kikka on Twitch and Kika VO on Twitter. I play here every week, both on Thursdays and on Tuesdays. Tuesdays we play The Witcher RPG, where I play Ven, an elf sorceress mage type, and tomorrow I will be on the Onyx Paths Twitch channel playing Legend Lore, a 5th edition setting, or campaign setting using the D&D 5th edition system, where we are playing a group of high schoolers with their substitute teacher who got transported to another world, and my character got turned into a pixie. And yeah, you can also find my one-page, two-player short RPG about communication called A Lonely Haunt on my itch page. That's at kika.itch.io/a-lonely-haunt, which I have linked in the chat. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitch, I have recently started streaming my first playthrough ever of Hollow Knight. So, if you want to catch me on there on Saturdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays.
Deirdre.
Oh, hey, my turn. Oh, hey, all. You know me. I'm at Dirgedonthan on Twitter, or Praxagorth as Mayphoria, as you see me around on Twitch. And tomorrow, over on my channel, at 11 o'clock, we are continuing our look at the Aeneid with Book 7, which is like half recitation, half digressions, full conversations. Come hang out. We be nerdy on the internet. And then tomorrow night, I'm here for some Cyberpunk Red with the fabulous Rin. And then on Saturday, I'm here for our penultimate episode of Black Flag, our Rapscallion campaign. There's a Kraken in play, everybody. Just throwing that out there. But other than that, check my Twitter because I post where I'm going to be, all the games that I write, and all the fun people I get to hang out with and see. And I love hanging out with these wonderful people every week. So, check you next time.
My turn. If my voice doesn't crack. Hey, I'm Ren. At Heaven's Night on Twitter and Burns Through the Rain in the Twitch chat. And yeah, you can find me here on Thursdays and playing anime. And tomorrow, like Deidre said, Cyberpunk Red. I can't wait. Very awesome game. And Hollow Knight, freaking awesome. Just saying. Yeah, that's it.
And I am Simon at Wandering DM. Thank you, players, for coming tonight. Thank you, everyone who hung out in chat. We know that Critical Role, I think, has restarted tonight. Next week. Okay. So, well, thank you for hanging out tonight. Hopefully you'll hang out next week as well. But thank you for all the follows, all the donations, all the subs and everything. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Magen Press, Found Familiar, Roll20. Thank you to our partners, Level Up Dice. And we will see you again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Cyberpunk Red, and then Saturday for Black Flag, and we will be back next Tuesday for the Season 1 finale of The Witcher. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.